everyone, Candlejack here. I'm going to take you through a Pokemon battle on Pokemon Showdown, because that's what I do and I love it. So, I'm going to stop right here. You can look at his team. If you don't know, you're allowed to see the other team's, or the other person's team before you start. He's got a Victini, a Bronzong, a Shaman, a Raikou, a Blastoise, and a Mineshaw. I have, over here on the right, a Crobat, a Mineshaw, a Darmanitan, Meloetta, Umbreon, and a Nidoking. I figure he's obviously going to start with Bronzong, and so I decide to bring in Darmanitan instead of starting with Crobat like I normally would. And I don't like music. No music here. So I get the Flare Blitz off. It's super effective. It completely kills it. Nothing even... He doesn't get anything off at all, which is always good for me. So he brings in Blastoise, so I decide to switch Darmanitan out and send in Umbreon, which can take pretty much anything that gets thrown at it unless it's really super effective from a powerful Pokemon. He does Scald, which burns me, but thanks to Synchronize, it also burns him, which is going to be, you know, obviously really helpful. He then switches that out for Mineshaw. And this is where I make a mistake. I wish and then I don't switch out. I predicted the switch, so I got the wish off, but I didn't switch out, and I don't know why I didn't. That was a dumb idea. I knew he was going to fake out here, so but I protected to get the wish heal, but I don't even know what I was thinking, because obviously he can destroy me in one hit from, you know, Drain Punch, but I didn't see U-turn coming. I didn't see a crit U-turn. But, you know, what happens happens. But he U-turns, so I get to see what he sends out next, which happens to be Blastoise. So I think, okay, he's got a Blastoise out, which I send, let's send out Mineshaw, because I have one too, and I like it. So obviously the first thing you do is fake out, because fake out's, you know, obvious. They can't attack and you can. Nothing more helpful than that. So he flinches, obviously. I go along and I go for the Drain Punch. He also takes a little damage from that burn, which is helpful, which he actually inflicted upon himself. Drain Punch takes him way down, and does he switch out? No, he Scalds, which doesn't kill me, but it does a lot of damage. So I go ahead and U-turn, because he's just got that tiny little bit left after the burn. And as you can see up here real fast, it'll jump up to 40-some% because Mineshaw has Regenerator, which gives me 1/3 of his health back at the end of every turn. There it goes. So I did U-turn, so I have to send mine out first. I send out Meloetta. He gets to decide what he's going to send out. He sends out Mineshaw for some reason, which was a bad idea on his part. I don't know what he thought he was going to do there. But Meloetta, my Meloetta is Scarfed, so she's faster, even though she flinches, but Fake Out's priority, you know that. So I get the Psychic off, and he doesn't switch for some reason, so that's a one-hit kill, I guess after the Life Orb damage. He sends out Shaman. I go for another Psychic, because Scarfed, might as well. Takes him down more than half health, and Shaman goes for the Seed Flare, which doesn't kill me, and he sees that I'm going to go first, so he wants to save that Shaman, because I definitely would have killed it with another Psychic. So he sends out none other than Victini. I decided, why not? Go for one more Psychic, get a little bit of health down right before he kills me. Oh wait, nope, I called it back, that's right. He was going to kill me with a U-turn, but I sent out Crobat instead of that. So he is forced to send out his Raikou in order to try to take this out. And I don't really understand this. It's a Raikou, it's an electric type, but he uses Hidden Power Ice. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Whatever. I get the Confuse Ray off. It hurts itself in Confusion on the first turn, I think, which lets me... Does that let me Toxic, I believe? Yes. I get the Toxic, unfortunately, on the next turn before I can start Giga Draining. He does get off... He does not Confused, and he gets off another Hidden Power. And at this point it becomes obvious to me that his Raikou, I don't think it was Scarfed, because Raikou's pretty fast. I think it might have been Spexed. So I send out Mind Shao expecting to live at least one thing and Drain Punch or something. You know, why didn't I think I went straight for a U-turn. I don't know why I didn't flint or fake out right there. That was dumb on my part. But he takes a little bit more damage from that poison, and he kills Mind Shao with a critical hit. So Darmanitan can obviously take an ice type attack, you know, even with bad defenses. So I bring him out and I go for that Flare Blitz because I didn't want him to switch to something that could have survived, like an Earthquake or something, and get locked into an attack that wouldn't be able to hurt other things. So he sends out Victini. I know it's fire type, but I go for the Flare Blitz anyways, and Darmanitan's pretty strong, so it still does a good amount of damage. He goes for the Zen Headbutt and gets it off before my Scarfed Darmanitan, which I thought was kind of weird, but I mean, whatever. He's down to 8% health, so I bring in Meloetta. And Meloetta, I see that he's down pretty low, so I just go for a U-turn, which kills him. And then, obviously, the only Pokemon I can send out after he faints is going to be none other than, that's right, Nidoking. Or Nidoking, however you want to pronounce it. And he's blue, because I like that. So he sends in his Shaman, and I mean, Nidoking, he's Scarfed, so I'm going to go first. So I go for the Ice Beam, takes him out no problem, and that is game.